name is Kristina Baucom, and I have 4 kids that are between the age of 3 and 12. So all of my kids have had Infant Aquatics, and I would say it has been by far the most successful way that my children have taken to learning to swim. I think that it is a phenomenal program of teaching them how to swim and turn over on their back, as that prepares them not just for survival and being in the water safely, but also when they learn strokes down the road when they're 5, 6 years old, and learning strokes and how to turn their head in the water. That's that natural same movement that they're doing already from time of infancy. And so I saw it not only as a way of teaching my kids safely in the water, but also as the most natural way to learn how to swim. And so both of those mirrored together were why we chose Infant Aquatics for all of our kids. Yeah, the instructors, Lindsay this summer was just so patient with my Everly, and she would just tell me ways that I could help her at home to take to the lessons. And one of those was really just even in the bathtub, pouring water over their head and showing them how to dab their eyes, and so that wasn't so fearful when they're in the water. And even to laying down on her back, and she would put her arms out, and we would practice rolling and doing the rolling just on our carpet. It didn't even have to be in the water. We do have a pool in our backyard, and so we were swimming regularly through the summer and through lessons. But there's ways to do it even without a pool in your backyard, just on your carpet and rolling and practicing those movements of turning over. Yeah, I would say the most rewarding is seeing my kids enjoy the water and have confidence in the water. And really that point where they become what I would classify as like an independent swimmer. We would never, not have, observing our children around water, but that we can all relax. I just, I got to this place with each of them where I could relax. I would say it's absolutely worth every penny and every minute that it takes. It is worth watching your child learn to swim and gaining those skills. And I absolutely think one of the most important things is to continue the lessons. That the initial investment is like 6 weeks of time, but then doing maintenance lessons throughout the year and throughout the off season when it's not summer is just paramount to them maintaining those skills, and then for the next summer to grow upon those skills. I think I look at it as kind of a 4-layer of safety around water. One being adult supervision, always on the water. Even when you think about a birthday party, that is a time where there's a lot of adults around the water, but who's watching the water? And so what our family does now is we either hire a lifeguard for a few bucks an hour and have a teenager or another adult that is their sole job is to watch the water. Or you have a party and you assign, we have these little water watcher tags, and we'll just give the water watcher tag, they'll wear it around their neck, and that's the person watching the water, so they know who's in charge, and not to engage in conversation at that moment, because their job is solely to watch the water. And so remembering that drowning is a silent death. There's no noise that happens, so you have to be actively watching the water to make sure that all children are safe. And whether that's in your own backyard, another rule that my husband and I put in place after Ellie's accident was we will always have 2 adults at home when the kids are in the pool. It will never be a solo, because in the event of an emergency, you've got to have 2 adults. I needed 2 adults to save my daughter's life, and so so that was like something that just practically that we did. And then so layer 1 is adult supervision. Layer 2 is a fence, a barrier of some sort to your pool. If you have an in-ground pool in your home, or up above the ground pool, there needs to be a barrier. For Travis and I, it's important that there is an auto closing gate, because that can impact the barrier if it doesn't automatically shut anytime someone walks through it. So a barrier, and then 3 would be swim lessons for your kids, and whether that's year-round, in the summer, swim lessons and teaching your kids how to be safe in the water. From an early age, you can start at 6 months with swim lessons, and then going all the way up through. Teaching your children that important skill is paramount. And then the last thing I would say is for parents to become CPR certified. In the event of an emergency, you want to be equipped with all the tools, and even as a plug to remind yourselves that if there were an event that happened and you call 911, they will walk you through the steps of CPR. You're never alone. You're never without the knowledge, and so take the course, be equipped as a parent, and because you can be equipped for other things, other emergencies that happen, but it's so important that that both parents are equipped with the tools and the knowledge to be able to perform CPR.